confident. We can grow emotionally from having low emotional quotient to high emotional quotient. WiseGeek.com states that. I'd like to explain what emotional quotient is for those who are not really familiar with the term. Which is also called emotional intelligence quotient. It is a measure of a person's ability to monitor his or her emotions, to cope with pressures and demands, and to control his or her thoughts and actions. So in conjunction with this, I would like to recognize the couple here tonight who has celebrated the most wedding anniversaries together, as obviously they must have high EQs in order to, harmoniously live with each other all these years. So, anybody who celebrated 30 years together? Anybody here? 30 years? 35? Uncle and Auntie, how many years na po kayong... Auntie, kayo pa? How many years, Uncle? 56 years together. How about Auntie Gloria and Uncle Mike? How many years have you been together? 50? Wow, just 56, 57, so natalo pa ng 1 year. Kayo pa, Auntie, Uncle? 30? 37, wow. Those are really things to celebrate. Uncle June, how about you and Auntie Eve?
Up there.
Secret! You don't want to compute? So I think the winner would be Uncle Mike and Auntie Gloria with 57 years of being together. And obviously high emotional IQs. So Nico, go to Uncle Mike. So next, another area where we can grow is intellectually. So most of us go through kindergarten. Let's see. There, that's me. Kindergarten Eileen. And grade school. I didn't have a formal grade school photo with the toga. So let's go on to high school. There with my really short hair. And college. There goes my long hair. Okay. And some would even go further as to complete their masteral and doctoral degrees. There is actually no end to learning. I know and have heard of people who have completed 2, 3, or even 4 degrees. So anybody who has 2 degrees here, I'm sure many, because many of us in the Philippines who had a different degree would go into the medical profession here, like mostly in the nursing field, so that counts for 2 degrees already. So anybody has 2 degrees? Anybody has 3? 3 degrees? Kuya Shoko. Okay, 3 degrees? 3rd-degree burn only. So most of us here have 2 degrees. But I have heard of some. 3 degrees? Dito? Wow! So I have to give you a prize, Tito Dom. Yay! MedTech, nurse, doctor. Wow! I think that deserves a big clap. But it makes me proud to know that this is indeed an intellectual group we have here tonight. Well, all of these growth areas are important, and we agree on that. God wants us to grow holistically in all areas of life, but the most essential area we need growing is in the spiritual area. How do we grow spiritually? Before we delve into that, let me share with you what it takes to grow and mature as Christians, and then we'll talk about some practical applications. So 3 facts about growth. The first one is, growth takes time. No children are ever born full grown. I am a mother, and I think that it's safe to say that every mother is glad that children aren't born full grown. Do you agree, mothers? I cannot even imagine it. Well, with our 3rd child, Pia, there she is. She was a big baby. And I had a difficult time pushing her out, for she weighed close to 10 pounds. Actually, 9 pounds and 13 ounces to be exact. It was a long and arduous labor, and I started developing fever, and every time I would push, the baby's heart rate would would slow down. So the doctors were actually thinking of doing a cesarean section already. But just thankfully, thank the Lord that everything was normal and that we are blessed with a precious little bundle of joy. Sophia Camille. Now, these little perfect creations that God has blessed us with need time to grow. They need to learn to walk and talk, to recognize shapes and colors, to be polite, to acquire social skills. As they grow, they learn to study, to play sports, to play a musical instrument, and they also, when they're a little older, they need to learn how to drive a car, to survive on their own, to find a job, to do a job. They then learn to build relationships, get married, raise a child, to mentor people, to give and to love. The truth is, we never stop growing. Even as Christians, there's never a point that we can say, we have arrived. There's never a point. So the next point is, growth takes effort. I am sure many of you are familiar with the inspirational poem, Footprints in the Sand. This poem talks about how God carries us when we are heavily burdened. That is why we only see one set of footprints in the sand in life's low times. Well, tonight I'm sharing with you a humorous but no less inspirational poem by A.C. Rose entitled Footprints in the Sand, which shows how God wants us also to exert effort. But is a shorter term for buttocks or their gluteus muscles, okay? One night, I had a wondrous dream. One set of footprints there was seen, the footprints of my precious Lord, but mine were not along the shore. But then some stranger prints appeared. One set, and I asked the Lord, "What have we here? Those prints are large and round and neat, but Lord, they are too big for feet." "My child," he said in somber tones, "for miles I carried you alone. I challenged you to walk in faith, but you refused and made me wait. You disobeyed, you would not grow. The walk of faith you would not know. So I got tired, I got fed up, and there I dropped you on your butt. Because in life there comes a time when one must fight and one must climb, when one must rise and take a stand, or leave their footprints in the sand." Let's take a look in the Bible at what Paul told Timothy about the effort it takes to grow. So in 1 Timothy 4:13-16, Paul said, "Until I get there, focus on reading the scriptures to the church, encouraging the believers, and teaching them. Do not neglect the spiritual gift you received through the prophecies spoken to you when the elders of the church lay their hands on you." So first, give your complete attention to these matters. Throw yourself into your tasks so that everyone will see your progress. Keep a close watch on yourself and on your teaching. Stay true to what is right, and God will save you and those who hear you. The Lord does not want us to be lazy in our faith. He wants us to have initiative and be proactive.